coming close, and the ibis hopped down, rearing and ruffling its wings as it scuttled away. Her mobile was in her pocket, but that was traceable, even if she blocked her number. She needed to get out of there. She scanned the buildings. No white configurations, aimed like oversized guns. No bulbous dark glass. How could there be no cameras? Someone had to be seeing this. The cops must be on their way. The gamey butcher shop smell hung in the air. A couple emerged from the park at the laneway's end. Two silhouettes dwarfed by fig trees. A dog racing ahead. If they saw Reagan sprinting away, it would be worse than if they met her standing over the body, holding out empty hands and saying, "I just found her. Call 000." But if she stayed, the police would want her name, her real birth date, her actual address, not her postbox. They'd ask 100 questions. Then they'd ask again. Their voices flinty, eyes like eels. Two more ibises snuck toward the body. Shit. Where were the couple with the dog? They should be around the corner, with a mobile each, hopefully with the dog leashed. An ibis pecked at the woman's foot. With a grimace, Reagan flung one awkward foot out, her back to the ibises, finding her stride. There was a payphone on Enmore Road. You can call anonymously. But nothing was anonymous these days. If the police wanted her name, they'd get it. The concrete building on the corner cast the street into shadow. Reagan didn't see the cyclist, hunched over his curled handlebars, a blur of sky-blue spandex and sweat, until she was right in front of him. He swerved, the swoosh of air from the bike riffling her tank top. A warning rippled through her guts. His helmet. It had been ungainly, protruding. She twisted back. The cyclist continued along the side street. That was definitely a camera on his head. Above, a raven groaned. She thought of the ibis stepping on the body and quickened her pace. She hadn't used a payphone since she was a teen. The half-booth sheltering this one smelled like urine, and the handset was grimy. Her pulse bashed at her ears. Report it and hang up. She couldn't force herself to dial. Her Timex read 6:03. Someone else would see the woman. This was a busy neighborhood, only a few stops from Central Station. When the woman's death made the news, when he realized how close he'd come to her, the cyclist would review his footage, hand it over to the police. Would it be days before they identified Reagan, or hours? Unless he hadn't been recording. She dropped the receiver, wishing she'd run past the woman, blinking sweat and spiderweb out of her eyes. "I'm sorry. I can't." It came out under her breath, unexpected. She ran, too fast, fighting to calm her pace. Sydney redgums lined her street. Neighbours grew gerberas and colliers alongside strips of patchy, browning grass. They'd gone 34 days without rain in the roiling summer heat. Scientists had discovered that plants in need of water produced a high-frequency distress sound, an ultrasonic scream far outside the range of human hearing. Reagan couldn't hear the plants screaming, but she swore she could feel it. She'd put on her running gear with a tentative smile that morning, admiring the new peach tank she'd received for Christmas, and tugging on her favourite cap. The colours of the Sydney Olympics logo faded with age. Thinking today could be the day things turned around. Now the dead woman's face stayed with her, pale and oval-shaped with a broad forehead, defined lips, thin, straight eyebrows, a cherubic nose, and those loose, wild black curls. She could have been Reagan's twin. It could be a coincidence. A gigantic fucking coincidence. But there was another possibility. Him. 15 January 2017. After years of planning, the day has finally arrived. By now you've seen the news. I could tell you about it in electrifying detail, but I know we share a preference for the visual. JPEG 2, JPEG 7, JPEG 11. More to come. Chapter 1. Tuesday, 17 January 2017. Reagan stepped blearily into the dull light of her apartment corridor, rummaging in her bag for her keys. She'd fumbled through Sunday, making it to the garden centre minutes before opening, struggling to focus, the woman's body tumbling through her thoughts. She jumped at the ringing phone, the door chime, sucking in knife-sharp breaths. What were